How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Worlds Within Worlds. And today, I'm back here again with my wife.
What's up?
And we're breaking down the latest Mortal Kombat 1 trailer,
Woo!
Banished. Now, I'm already excited because they brought not only my boy Reptile back, but they brought in Havoc. And who else did they bring in?
Ashra.
Somebody's pretty excited to have yet again another female character added to the roster. And I hope that they keep adding more. I want my girl Jade. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to happen. But
No,
you don't think it's going to happen?
they're not gonna do it.
I hope they bring her in, and not as a cameo. But anyway, let's break down this trailer and all the juiciness that's in it.
So first of all, we got Reptile clearly subjecting some people to some stuff.
Some torture as we walk through his, I guess his torture chambers or whoever he worked for. I wonder if this is Reptiles or if this is Shang Tsung, and maybe he works for Shang Tsung. Because there's hints throughout the things that we've seen so far that Shang Tsung is kind of maybe some sort of doctor or something, like not a doctor, but like he's had some experiments.
A mad scientist?
Yeah, kind of thing. Because I think he made the Turcotte disease. But yeah, it looks like Reptile might be very, very fond of torturing people. And he's walking through, I guess, this kind of prison chamber, kind of torture chamber. We see Johnny Cage and I believe that's Scorpion in these new outfits. These outfits look like they're decked in armor. And it makes me think that Liu Kang, as he's grouping people together, he's going to have them get into this armor that's, I guess, Team Liu Kang Avenger style armor. And Reptile is, he's all like, Earth Realmers aren't ready to see my natural form. Johnny Cage asks him about it. He changes into this big old Spider-Man lizard villain, but I guess a shrunk down version of it.
With weirder teeth.
Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about it. What do you feel? How do you feel about his reptilian look?
I think it looks cool. It kind of reminds me of Killer Croc, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yeah, see, it kind of gives me Spider-Man lizard vibes. Now, I know they're kind of going with I think it was Daily Alliance, where he has that full reptilian look with the huge tail. I like that he's more buff, he's beefed up, but it does kind of remind me of that kind of Daily Alliance look or the Mortal Kombat 1 movie that came out 2 years ago, 2021, which wasn't my favorite look for Reptile at all, but again, I liked how strong he looks. So also we see that in that prison cell, it's not just Johnny Cage and Scorpion. It was also Baraka. You could see it before they get the close-up on the prison cell. And then again, you see them all walking together. Baraka, Reptile, Kenshi, Scorpion. I believe it's Scorpion. And,
So then it definitely had to be him, right?
who?
The Shang Tsung?
What had to be him? What do you mean?
Who put them down there?
I guess so. I'm not sure. So I guess, yeah, maybe it was Shang Tsung that put them down there and Reptile is freeing them. Because now they're all
I'm pretty
working
sure that's
together.
who Baraka was referring to in his trailer.
Got you. Yeah, when he's just like, if he wanted to help us, he could. Well, they made it like he was talking about Liu Kang, but I think you're right. I think it was just an editing thing, and he was really talking about like Shang Tsung. But they were making it like he was talking about Liu Kang.
I don't know. You thought that they were injecting him with something, and I thought that they was taking his blood because they was trying to figure it out.
No, that's what I was saying, that they was taking his blood, but I think it's to not to help them. I was saying that it was an empty valve they put in Baraka's neck. So I think it was to take his blood, but not to help.
Oh, you said to spread the disease, right?
Either to spread the disease or to get a control just to protect themselves. But I don't think they give two craps about the Turcottans or the people who are already infected.
Yeah.
But it is cool to see that Liu Kang, in each trailer, we keep seeing him with different groups of people. So it looks like all these people who originally might be like, oh, they're fully bad. That's not necessarily the case.
He said, I ain't Raiden. I will get everybody.
Everybody. I don't care who you are. If you're going to work with me, you're going to work with it. And I think in the very first trailer, we see him, or not the first cinematic trailer, but the first actual game trailer, we see him with Scorpion, Liu Kang, Kung Lao, and Johnny Cage, and then Kenshi. Now we've seen him with Katana and we've seen him with Melina, Rain, and Tanya in the Gotti trailer, and also with Li Mei. And we've also seen him. He has a lot of conversations with Katana and the little intro dialogues that make it as if they're friendlies. And now Reptile, Kenshi, and just it's like the gang is getting bigger and bigger. So I wonder if that has something to do with this campaign mode that we have not understood yet or haven't been shown yet, and maybe you'll make certain choices in the campaign that dictate the story. So maybe we've seen these different kind of outcomes of the group.
Like they did at the ending of MK11?
Yes, but throughout the whole game this time. Okay. So yeah, I wonder if that would be a thing throughout where you have different options that depict how the story goes with all these groups. Or maybe Liu Kang truly is, like you said, he's saying, I'm not Raiden, I'll get everybody.
Yep.
Anyway. Next scene, we have Reptile coming up across a celebration. Kind of reminds me of Chinese New Year. And we see Katana and Melina in nice, beautiful outfits celebrating. And what did you notice about?
Melina got that head wrap on because she got them shaved edges.
Hair already falling out, something up. So that means she's already infected even now. I guess still trying to enjoy herself. But clearly Reptile is there for a reason. We're not sure what it is. But Katana doesn't... Yeah, I guess probably trying to warn about some sort of attack, or maybe it's like with the last trailer, or what was leaked at SDCC with the knowledge that we get about Shao Kahn, not Shao Kahn, but General Shao. Yeah, and Reiko wanted to overthrow the throne. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what it is, because he's like, hey, you got to read my intentions. Like, I'm not here for no trouble. I'm here to tell you something.
Said you misread my intentions, princess.
Mm-hmm.
What I truly think is dope is how his story has changed from what you've told me his story is to now it being what?
Who, Reptile?
Yeah. So now it being that he basically was outcasted, but he said he was terrorized and pushed out, I think he said.
Yeah, I guess they ran him out
because they were uncomfortable with the fact that he can turn into a human.
Yeah, and I think that is pretty cool because his original timeline, I kind of mixed it up. If I'm correct, the Saurons were always reptiles who could turn into humans, and that happened more and more the longer they were away from their main kind of swamp, or it might have been vice versa, like they were humans but the more they were away from their swamp they reverted back to a reptilian form. But now it looks like you said, I guess the human form is something that's not wanted at all.
It sounds like he's the only one who can do it.
Yeah, so I was thinking, I guess that means chameleon, because we saw her in the Gotti trailer. It's probably not Sauron. She's probably, or she would be a reptilian, or unless she's also outcasted. But she's probably not Sauron at all. I'm saying Saurian. Sauron is from Lord of the Rings. Anyway. Then we see some awesome reptile gameplay. I love how he can shapeshift back and forth between both his reptilian look and his ninja look. I think that's the safest way to handle it, because I did not want to see him as a reptilian again. I wanted to see the green ninja, and we get both, and I'm not mad at that. I think that's great for people who love the reptilian look and people who love his human look.
Yeah, his look is mighty definitely unique. Like I said, it gives off the Killer Croc, but only because of the way that his body is formed. It's not even like the way that he looks, because his look is like...
Yeah, like I said, kind of reminds me almost like a lizard from Spider-Man. Also kind of reminds me of the Godzilla movie, the one that everyone hates and doesn't actually treat like Godzilla.
But it's still different though, because that face is something serious.
Yeah, with them gums pulled back and them teeth showing. Okay, so then we switch over to your girl Astra. Now, I have to be honest here. I'm not afraid to be honest. I love Mortal Kombat. However, I played Deadly Alliance and Armageddon and Deception when I was extremely young compared to now. So I don't remember really playing with Astra. I don't really remember playing with Havoc. I don't think I actually ever played with Havoc. So it is so cool to get the chance to finally play with Astra. They reworked her story, because if I'm correct, a lot of it sounds actually the same. So I know that she was supposed to be, I guess, this demon-like character who... in the original one, I think her sword gave her like light powers or something like that, or allowed her to tap into this kind of angelic form. Don't quote me on this, I'm probably botching it up. But this one, you said it, she said her sisters purged the evil, or what happened?
Yeah, so basically she was saying that she appears mostly human because she's purged most of the evil out of her soul, and her sisters was not with that.
Got you, okay. And I love her intro of I am the demon from Netherrealm. First of all, that's the first time we've heard Netherrealm being mentioned in this new timeline throughout the intro dialogues or story modes, so that's cool to see Netherrealm is still here. I had a question about that several videos ago. And we see her fighting off what look like demons. At first I thought they were Tarkatans, but when I paused I was like, no, those are not Tarkatans. I guess those are demons from Netherrealm as well. But yeah, because I think Serena is like her sister. I know Serena's a demon too, and we see her as a cameo in that full demon form. If I'm correct, that was one of her sisters. I'm not sure.
And that would make more sense because she said that's why I appear nearly human, and the other one turned into something else.
Yeah, she's full on. Serena full on turned into like a little demon girl.
Yeah,
which looked pretty cool too. I don't ever remember them looking like that. And even Astra have like above her eyes, she has these weird demon features that kind of remind me of how Shao Kahn looked in Mortal Kombat 11.
I know it's weird, but she low-key looked like Spawn.
Who, the Serena?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she did kind of look like she Spawn, but with a tail. I think it was just that rich red kind of fleshy skin look they gave her.
And the symbol on her chest too.
I gotta look at it again. Hold on. Okay, yeah, I see that symbol. It does kind of resemble like a Spawn, like they got inspiration from that. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't be surprised if McFarlane himself gave them kind of like little pointers or helped with the development and the looks for her. He seems like he would love to do something fun like that. But anyway, we get some cool Astro gameplay. Then we see the squad again running out of a portal. And clearly it's a whole nother scene, like there's some danger going on. But then it cuts to a calmer scene where Liu Kang is saying, hey, the monks got to prepare y'all for war. And he calls them by their name, Astra and Caesar, which I'm not sure if that was Reptile's original name, but that's a pretty cool name.
I wonder if that's how it's going to be on the game character roster. Like, is it going to say Reptile or is it going to say Caesar?
I would assume Reptile because that's the more common known name.
I mean, but you see his picture, so who cares?
Yeah. You're right. It could say Caesar, which is still his picture. So it looks like, yeah, the monks are prepping everybody, and they probably prepped that armor that I was talking about at the beginning of the trailer. They're prepping everybody for war. What type of war? It's probably a smaller war right now.
Well, I was gonna say he already knows that General Shao is being manipulated into thinking that he can control this all on his own. So he's preparing
because he thinks he can free or he can save Outworld. But I'm willing to bet all this is going to result into an Onaga reveal at the end of the game, where Mortal Kombat 2 will be about a bigger war, and they're just slowly building an epic story this time. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping. Then we get my boy Havoc, and I like to lose my crap because that's all I've been asking for is Havoc. Again, I don't remember playing him younger, but as I got older and I read on his story and his character, he was so unique.
I don't know anything about Havoc except for that he looks so dope in this trailer. Anybody who can take off their own physical arm and hit you with it is OP.
Right? And then there's a moment when we see his body, like his torso twist. And the several times where his head just like drops down and turns around. And see, you're a horror fanatic. I'm sure you like.
He's like, yep.
The sound effects.
This man just beat her with no arm.
Yeah,
he took the arm off, and now it's just a little itty bitty tiny bone.
And then at the end, when he's pounding her, it was the arm regrowing, and it was like his bone within his arm, but no skin on it.
Bruh.
So he's like stabbing her over and over. And then the other arm had that razor kind of armor on. Yeah, Havoc and Serena look so dope. They look great. I'm not mad that Serena is a cameo. I'm not sure how other people feel about that.
That's a lot of cameo moves she got.
Yes, and that's why I'm like, okay, I don't think the cameos are going to be such a bad thing. It doesn't look like they're just going to be a few little moves. It looks like it's going to feel like very much a 2v2, which a lot of people have asked for. I do hope they still have 1v1, because I know 2v2s will be annoying all the time, and even I will admit, yes, some 1v1s would be great. But
well, I bet there's going to be modes where you don't have to play with cameos.
Yeah, that's what I meant by like a 1v1, hopefully. Now, on Havoc. Havoc's original timeline self was that, and I'm sure it looks like it's a lot similar, that Chaos Realmers believe the more bodily harm that you did to yourself, the more power and upgrades kind of you would get. I mean, I'm saying upgrades, but what's a better word I'm looking for? Power-ups. So if you see he breaks his neck and then this like power kind of shoots out of his body, he gets stronger and stuff like that. It looks like they're leaning into that. And that's why I wanted to see that type of character with today's graphics, because he's definitely made for Mortal Kombat. Okay, so we get a lot of gameplay. Awesome moves of Reptile like half transforming and still doing moves with his upper half of his body in his reptilian form. And Serena summoning, like, I guess, demon symbols on the ground, burning people. And then you look in the background, and I guess it's supposed to be the living forest. It's all corrupted. and they're just skeletons, huge skeleton heads on the trees, and they looked all burned and turned and stuff, and that looks sick. I guess you're gonna be able to change the modes not just from day and night, but I guess they're gonna have a third version too, because this dock kind of reminds me of the marketplace that we've seen already. We've seen the day and night version of it, and now we see the damaged version of it. There's a huge fire in the background. The living forest, we've seen day and night versions of it, and now we see the damaged and corrupted version. So that's pretty cool. They're giving us more than just like a 2-stage. We're gonna have a lot of stages, because if we had just 10 stages, but they all have day and night, and then they have a damaged version to it, that's basically 30 different versions of a stage.
That's a lot, especially because of how pretty they look. I know that was a lot of work.
Yeah, that's why I was like, that's why I was telling you last year. If it's coming out on the PS5, it's gonna be worth it.
Gameplay right here has no cameo character.
You said her gameplay doesn't have the cameo?
It doesn't have a cameo character at all.
Oh yeah, I don't see any. But that's what I've been wondering. They've had a few characters like that have no cameo, or a few scenes like that where they're fighting and they have no cameo pop up. And I wonder if it's just because they haven't.
See, one barely popped up at the end.
Frost, yeah. And that's what I was wondering, if it just means they haven't popped one out, or are they teasing there is a game mode out there? Because some people was noticing about a month ago now, there was intros where it was just one person walking up, not two, because the intros usually have the main person and the cameo.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, maybe there is a version they just haven't announced yet. I'm sure there's going to be a trailer specifically just on game modes. Yeah, I take it back. Reptile looks like a beast. This mug is huge. He picked up Melina. Po Melina. I know you mad. He swallowed her, spit her out with half a body because the acid breaking her body down, and then just destroys her. How mad are you that Melina was used as the fatality? Usually it's Raiden being used or in Baraka as the fatality punch bag. This time it was Melina.
I'm just so over the lack of gameplay I'm being shown for Melina, period.
Yeah, they showed a little here, but they just sprinkling it all around.
And everything that you're showing me is from MK11, so I don't care. Show me what she can do that's different.
Yeah. Now, like I said, I think a lot of these characters are very much the same in some of their movesets, but a little different. But I do want to see what because the moves we have seen, I have to agree, look like they're mirror images to MK11's version.
Just a little prettier because you added color.
But I'll say Garrus is the same. And I like Garrus, but his moves look just like MK11.
Nah, version. He has some harder
very
stuff
few,
too.
Yeah. We'll see.
Still, there's something else.
Yeah.
Even if it's one thing, show it.
It's okay, baby. Watch. Next time they're gonna give us a your girl Sindel and Melina and Katana full on gameplay.
Here's Melina for all the Melina fans, but this is what you get.
Yep. Well, guys, we thank you for visiting this channel once again. Here in our breakdown of the Mortal Kombat 1 official Banished-Trailer. They kind of played with this 2 days ago. They act like we was going to get a trailer 2 days ago. They didn't. I didn't think that was cool how they handled that whole situation. But anyway, I'm not mad anymore. We got a trailer today. I don't like how they handled it, but at least we got this trailer today, and it was worth the wait. Reptile, Astra.
It's like you know that you can play with people when you're doing this.
Yeah,
when you're gonna release.
Because you better give me something fire if you're gonna do me like that. Talking about wait till Friday, and then Friday come along. Yeah, it's gonna be Sunday. Yeah, you better come with some fire. All right, guys, y'all take care. Hope you come back and visit the channel soon. God bless you.
Bye.